Man, this is super nice. At least compared to everything I've ridden, which to be fair is not that much. Looking at this sole plate here, and man, this forgive me if I don't know all of the right terminology, but this negative space is freaking gigantic. I don't know. I mean, I've looked at a lot of different skates, and definitely compared to my skates, I have never seen negative sole space this huge before. I'm not good enough to do any negative grinds, but hopefully if these last, which I'm assuming they will, once I do get to negatives, I will probably not have any problem with them. I do like the, I also like how they sort of extended and brought out the sole plate out to the, actually cover the edge of the toe. That's one of the things I wasn't a super fan of the aesthetics of the original sway plate. That was how it was like sort of cut off. It just seemed like it didn't fit. It wasn't designed to fit. This one clearly does look like it's supposed to fit, and I like that a lot more. I'm really interested to see how this 45-degree strap feels. I haven't used one before. I always hear people say good things about them. I will say it feels nice and meaty. When I was looking in the pictures, it kind of looked like it might be cheap, but it feels pretty thick to me. I think I'm hoping this will last a bit. I've heard people say that they don't like the 45-degree strap because the hardware will rattle. I guess I can see that. Although personally, I know a lot of people complain about like the squeak of their cuffs, and that never really bothered me that much, so I don't know that I'll mind too much about the hardware. It seems installed pretty nice and firm right now, and I mean, if nothing else, I suppose you can probably just put a little wax under there and that should solve the problem. Looking at this buckle here, I really like, this seems like a really nice buckle. No, it's nicer than the one on my Razor SLs, for sure. Not that there's anything wrong with that buckle, but this just seems like really nice quality, and will hopefully not get ground away whenever I wipe out. Some really nice little details on here. The I don't know what that's. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a crow marking in the back. I'm gonna really take out this liner here. Oh, one thing that I was not a fan of with the sway, because I borrowed a friend's pair of his sways for a bit, for a little session, and I wasn't a huge fan of the way the I don't know what you call this, the strap would sit into this buckle, because I always had to like pull it really tight, and I never felt like there was enough room in there. I suppose actually I could just cut the tail end, whatever excess I need, but hopefully that won't be an issue with this one. I heard people saying a lot with the sways that sometimes there's too much forward flex on the back here. I was watching a Ricardolino video specifically. It looks like that can still be an issue here. So if you don't like the sways, I mean, I haven't ridden it yet, so we'll see how it feels, but looks like that might still be a recurrent issue for people who don't like that. But I mean, with this fat liner, it will hopefully not be too big of a problem. And I want to take this thing out. Seem like some pretty nice laces here. Nicer than the laces that came on the SL, in my opinion. I don't think they're waxed though. Seems like they're just sort of standard, like I guess hockey style laces. But still, the ones that came on the Razor SLs were just like basically the tennis shoe laces, and they just fell apart so quick I had to replace them. Fortunately, I had a pair of wax laces off another pair of skates that I was able to use. Let's see if we can pull this thing out of here. Oh man, that is really nice. At least compared to everything I've ever ridden. Was there? Oh, okay, got stuff in here. packaging out. Okay, that's nice and deep. I'm interested to see if these the lacing on the liner makes a difference. I don't know that it does. Maybe somebody else can comment on it. But man, just feeling it feels so good. Oh, one thing I'm interested to see. As I understand, this is a raised heel boot, I think, if I recall. Yeah, it looks like it's a raised heel boot, at least a little bit. I definitely feel a rise. So interesting that they have an additional padding on the liner when it's already a raised heel boot. I know, I mean, from everything I've heard is like people they either want completely flat, like a flat, it's typical to get a flat sole boot and then a lift. I don't know how common it is to get a lift on the sole and a raised heel boot. That seems like a lot. I don't know. I'm not very coordinated, so hopefully it'll help me keep my balance when I'm skating. I mean, I'll try it both ways. And I don't do like super big airs or anything, so I think I won't necessarily need the cushion on this one. So if it is to make me lean too far forward, then I'll just take that off. I'm really interested to see how effective these silicone dots are and keeping it all in place. That's one problem I have with my Razor SLs, which are like just very slightly too big, is I have to crank down on the strap just to try and keep my foot locked in place, and then even then I still do get a little bit of wiggle. Although I'm assuming this is a 12. It says it's a. I mean, I don't know how accurate this pad is to match to the boot. Maybe they just put this on most things, but this is supposed to be a size 12 boot, so I'm assuming they give you a size 12 liner. Wait, let's see here. Yeah, US men's Mondo 289 to 303. Yeah, that should fit. I haven't checked, but that should fit me. And then 11 to 12.5 US men's. And it's got the neoprene toe, so I'm gambling a bit here, but it should fit me. Oh, and then it's even got, it's like an additional foot pad down here. Yeah, it has another insole in there. So that's more padding. And I know that they've got additional sections here that you can take in and out of the liner, so there's like a lot of customizability. So I'm hoping, even if it's a tight fit, it should still fit my foot once I, take all the parts off. Man, this is a really awesome color combination. I don't like to be too flashy, but I do like having a little bit of color on my skates, and that's why I was so excited for these ones. Because I have the graphite SLs, which, I mean, they're cool. They're just a little boring in terms of appearance. So, yeah, really. And I'm super stoked for the matching Chris Farmer 50/50 prime frames. I will definitely be buying those and then throwing those on these. I have the John Frum frames on my Razor SLs, and I freaking love those things. So I will buy those immediately as soon as they're available and as soon as my wallet stops crying, and throw those on there, and that's going to be awesome. So yeah, I mean, I guess that'll be it for the unboxing. Just have a look at this, and then I'm going to throw these together. I'll probably throw up a picture of what it looks like once I got the prime frames on. It might look a little weird because they're the white and gold, but we'll see what we can do. And then I'm going to give these a ride later today, and I will get back and give my opinions on that, I suppose. All right. Yeah, this is my first time fucking filming shit like this. I'm sure you can tell. So sorry if it's kind of rambly. But yeah, Chris Farmer USD sways Really nice looking out of the box, and we will get back to you and see how they ride.